All right. Welcome to the Two Honks Podcast.
What's up, guys?
It's February 9th. That's a Tuesday, 2021. This is the Two Honks Podcast, where did I say two honks?
A two-pod honk.
This is the Two Honks Podcast, where a honk is a honk is a honk is a honk. My name's Joe Little. Sitting to my right is Stephen Lamar Costin.
What's up, guys?
More affectionately known as Lamar Costin.
Yeah, Lamar's works great.
Is it Costin or Caston?
I like Costin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always said it Caston. Maybe I said it wrong.
Caston makes you sound like you're from like Michigan or something.
Yeah, Costin's a little bit more like, I don't know, like Bob Costa or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Bob Costa.
I like sports.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I mean, actually, we talked about this a little bit on the last episode. You like sports, but you don't like fit people.
I have a problem with fit people.
Yeah.
Including myself if I'm fit.
Yeah.
But I do like sports. Yeah,
How fit are you right now? Are you fit?
I'm probably the fittest I've been in several years, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm cranking out some gains, and
I'm sure being California sober is helping.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, you noticed I was up by like 9 today.
Yeah.
Which is pretty outrageous.
Yeah, my friend that I thought hadn't been up before 4 p.m. in several years.
That was the tradition, yeah.
Texting me back at 10 o'clock. That was that was something else.
Sometimes I'm just going to bed in the past at that time.
Yeah.
So making some kind of progress there.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, what did we want to talk about this week? I think we wanted to talk about nostalgia.
Well, yeah, I think that might be a fun one to bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to do this podcast yesterday, but my bullshit boss called me in, so I had to go to work. And, so now we're doing it today. But I guess my opinion on that is that it's stupid and I hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go in, but I did.
It's super dumb. But that's good on you. That's good on you. You did a solid for that guy.
I think he's really going to appreciate that, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, totally. I mean, right up until he needs you to work another shift that's not scheduled, he's going to appreciate it right up until then.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like, you think like you work hard, you show up on time, you do the right thing every day, that your boss is going to respect you. Nope.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Bosses tend to be really dumb in general because they're like always telling you what to do. They're like, oh, don't do that.
Not the case, kids. Don't want to ruin your dreams or anything.
It's like, Dad, I don't really want to go.
Yeah, me neither.
You know?
I mean, do you want to be homeless or? Ooh, what emotion was that?
That was triumph.
Triumph.
That was a good one. Okay.
I've never made that as a triumphant sound before. So that's an interesting thing to talk about. So
let's bring it up because it's a really fun soundboard to have.
So
here.
Everybody understands kind of what we're working with here. It's Lamar has a little soundboard here that's just people making sounds of pretty much every different emotion.
Yeah, they're organized by groups of emotion, and there are looks like about 20 different genres of emotion, and they're actually in a spectrum from like extreme to more subtle.
Yeah.
This doesn't have a name, this website, but I found it through Reddit's The Internet is Beautiful subreddit.
Ah, nice.
And yeah, you can just kind of roll your mouse around and hear all kinds of sounds, or you can just do individual ones. Just a sadness. A little roll through there.
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty fun, but yeah, I've got this on hand as kind of a fun little soundboard for us.
I liked earlier we were doing desire and then ecstasy.
Oh yeah.
And then contentment and then relief. It just sounded like a giant orgy where everybody like just.
Let's do a quick sweep through there.
Yeah.
That one.
End it off with fear.
Oh, my, that was pretty intense.
That's a good one.
Sounded like a life-threatening
good
situation.
Heavy wheeze on there. So yeah, we'll be using that throughout.
We'll just throw that in there and pepper it in.
Yeah, we'll pepper those in from here and there.
All right. There's probably some burps in here somewhere too, but I think we can handle that.
Yeah. So I mean,
that was me.
So I guess when you talk about nostalgia and kind of everything that goes along with nostalgia, you could kind of think of almost every, pretty much every human emotion that goes along with nostalgia. Because I mean, you might be nostalgic about a time that you were afraid.
Yeah.
And think like, oh shit, I was actually afraid of that. How funny, Or you could be nostalgic about a time that you were happy, which I guess that's most nostalgic times.
I thought you were going to say a time when you were scared is like nostalgic for feeling something at all.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I felt fear, like I could feel fear.
I wish I was that dark. I really do.
I remember a time when I could feel things. Those are good days.
Now I'm on so many anxiety medications that I can't feel shit.
Just floating in a bubble. Or maybe just like the collective PTSD of living through this past year.
Yeah.
And like, in every front, it's just kind of like numbed a lot of us to anything. It's just like, I don't know, feels like.
Which, that's an interesting question. Like, what's the definition of PTSD? Like post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah. I don't know what the clinical definition would be.
The clinical definition, because
let's ask Siri or
when
whoever.
you just say that as words, it kind of sounds like everybody has some sort of PTSD, right?
Right.
What is the definition of PTSD? And this again is just proving that we don't know anything. We're just looking and shit up, and we're going along as we have it.
Just kind of hanging out. I'm drinking a carbonated beverage here. It's a wild berry ginger kombucha, so hopefully I can keep up here with the honks.
No.
Yeah, we'll see.
No. Okay, so here is the definition of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
A condition of persistent mental and emotional stress occurring as a result of injury or severe psychological shock, typically involving disturbance of sleep and constant vivid recall of the experience with dulled responses to others and to the outside world. Okay. So obviously that's not something that happens to absolutely everybody.
Right, for it to be persistent.
Probably
that's the distinction.
For it to be like a persistent fear.
Because you might lose sleep one night or whatever for something that happened, but if it's like if it goes on, it's kind of like the way that they define depression. If it's like, depression is a normal emotion to have, but if it stays constant, then you end up with a disorder, basically. Or it's classified as a disorder.
So if you have post-traumatic stress disorder, you're obviously not very nostalgic about whatever you were stressed out about at that time.
Probably, like the opposite of that, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe you try to forget it. I don't know.
Or just drink a bunch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what I would probably do.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink a bunch anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the easiest way to deal with it, just because it's like easy to get. It's cheap. Yeah.
It's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
It's not that cheap, but.
It's not that cheap, but I don't know. You will fall asleep. The problem then is like you're not getting. That one wasn't quite ready yet.
Yeah,
you're not quite getting like restful sleep at that point. Although you do pass out or whatever, so there's some relief there. But I don't think it's not. That's like another issue. Now you have PTSD and alcoholism.
Yeah. Now you just have another problem on top of that.
Which is probably pretty common. They have like multiple things going on.
Which since you haven't been drinking, have you been sleeping better?
Yeah, I've been sleeping a lot better actually.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. I think this is like, I still don't quite understand it, but I think for me, alcohol is somehow tied to my adrenal glands. Mm-hmm. So when I drink, I get like excited, or I have like, I almost feel like I'm on acid. I think
that's the same way for everyone, really.
But some people get really sleepy when they drink.
But like you still don't get restful sleep. Like you might pass out when you're drunk, but you're still tossing and turning. You're not really getting restful sleep.
Yeah,
because it still raises your heart rate and it doesn't put you in that place where
You're not getting like REM or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But I ended up staying up until sunrise every time I drink. So
yeah,
that made a huge difference. Not drinking, like I actually I get sleepy by like midnight.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's like nothing.
Was that part of the reason you decided to stop?
I think partly, but it's more of a side benefit. I think I was just kind of like, that was more just like for mental health. Just like I needed to be clear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
Just kind of see what clarity feels like for a little bit.
Yeah. I went to therapy today and talked to my therapist. She told me to stop drinking every day.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went home and I opened a beer.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm going to think about that.
Well, the thing about alcohol is that in any of those surveys you take when you go to the doctor or whatever, they ask you how many drinks you have a day.
Yeah.
Or per week or whatever.
Per week, yeah.
If you look up, I mean, sometimes they make you do the math yourself at the bottom. And you have to put the total there. And they say, like, basically you failed if you drink more than one drink a day or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. I've heard a lot of differing opinions on like what, obviously it's just a definition that's made up. So it's not like everybody's different.
Yeah.
But some of them are pretty strict. Like if you drink one beer a day, in some cases, those tests would say that you have alcohol dependency.
Yeah. No, totally.
Which is like, I don't know. I think it's a lot more psychological than just physical. Like you can't just count the alcohol drinks. It depends on how you drink them, why you decide to drink them. And if it's an emotional reason for drinking, like then that becomes dependence. Mm-hmm. For example, like when I would go out to see shows or bands or go to dance things, the first thing I would do when I go to the bar, like say Goodfoot or something, first thing I do is go right to the bar. Mm-hmm. That's like, it's not even a question. It's just like...
Yeah, that's the first thing you do when you walk in there. You pay your cover and you go to the bar.
Yeah, it's like, unless I'm sober, which has happened a few times, like, then I might get some water. But usually I don't really need water right away. It's like alcohol is the first thing because it's...
Because you had plenty of water on the way over because you're not drinking any alcohol.
Super hydrated.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, there's like that becomes a dependence thing, which I'm starting to realize looking back now was a dependence thing because... It was psychological dependence that I like felt like I needed that to meld with the energy of the room, which was by and far a drunken room.
Yeah.
And so obviously like loosen up and stuff. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. And I would tell myself at the time that I was like, I'm supporting the business. And if I don't drink, then I'm just, like freeloading. These shows are free.
Yeah.
I'm just like taking up space, which is not true.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it's not at the same time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's just interesting.
No, I ended up talking to my therapist a little bit today about like how I would drink to like tolerate the drunk people around me.
Yeah.
It made tolerating all the drunk people around me a lot easier so that I wouldn't get angry at them. Cuz like I'd say something in my just recently I've discovered that there is like anger problems that I have, like a little issues where I'll bottle things in then explode. I'm sure you've seen it. You've known me long enough. Yeah. But she was telling me that, drinking alcohol and kind of bottling those things in makes your anger and your explosions even worse. To where
there it is. Sorry. Just that was the time for it.
Yeah.
I was bottling that up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like, because like when you're drunk, when you're drinking a lot, you have a tendency to be more reactive, like overly excited or overly sad or overly depressed or whatever. But like if you're already like predisposed to anger, if something pisses you off and you're drunk, then it like things could potentially turn pretty bad.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
And I've never been a violent person. I think the worst I would do is like punch a wall or something like that.
Yeah.
But like, but that was kind of a bit of an eye opener,
Yeah. I definitely, when you go sober for more than like a few weeks, I think that really starts to become clear because your social, I mean, it's less so now because of the virus and stuff, but when I was sober the first time for like 3 months, it was before coronavirus. And I found out really quickly that I didn't really like a lot of the people I hung out with. Yeah. That I really was hanging around them just so that I could drink. It was like a reason to drink. And when I was drinking, I could tolerate them. Or I even told myself that it was fun to hang out with them.
Yeah.
But during that sober time, I had to like restructure my entire day where I would just like, I spent a lot of time alone basically.
Yeah.
Because I was irritable probably from the withdrawal of it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, yeah, the people that I was hanging out with were still drinking, and I was just like, you're not interesting. You're like repeating yourself a lot. It's really boring.
But I feel like even if you are drinking, you're like still kind of prone to isolate to a certain extent, you know? Like if you'll still end up spending a fair amount of time by yourself because like I don't know what I'm trying to get at. Like you're just trying to maybe somewhat isolate and make things easier for yourself by not being around their energy or feeling any stress from what they're saying or doing. I feel like that goes for drinking or for not drinking. But I don't know. Maybe that's just a personal thing. Maybe that's just my own biology saying that. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it could go either way, really, depending.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of people that drink, it becomes part of their like social structure, so that it's like it becomes intertwined. So it's just like, you know, like bars are a good example of that. I would always go to the bar across the street after work, and that was just something I did until they closed.
Yeah.
You know, and there were times even when I was drinking that I would look around and be like, you know, everybody here is escaping something.
Yeah.
They're basically, for me, a lot of the time I was escaping going home because I didn't really want to be there. I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts. I didn't want to like, you know, I'd rather be distracted. And I think that's true for
And you always have that moment when you get home drunk from the bar and you're sitting in your room and you're like, well, this sucks.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do now?
Like, what just go to bed? Like, what?
A party.
Guess I'm going to watch the same episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia I've seen 800 fucking times. Yeah. You know, like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not drinking. Well, for me, drinking made everything more interesting than it really was, which was how weed was for me. When I first started smoking weed, like way back, but I would feel like I was in like maybe because it offers kind of this numbness, that gives you a buffer from your thoughts where you're not like having to face them directly. Yeah. So I felt like I was kind of like a drunken like shaman or something sometimes. Yeah. Like I would be sitting at the bar in like full lotus, you know, like outside. Yeah. And I felt like I had risen above my issues when really I just hadn't faced them. I'd kind of like put them to the side. Yeah, exactly. So it was like you put them in their own compartment and you're just simply not thinking of them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that for sure. I can remember times 5 or 6 years ago where I was like completely broke, didn't know how I was going to pay my rent, but I can get a 6-pack of beers and get drunk with my boys, and it didn't fucking matter anymore because I just wasn't worrying about it. Right. You know? Yeah, it's like I think it's the most common anti-anxiety drug that we have in our society. And it really does work for a short term, but in the long run, it seems to like make things way worse because you push that stuff off and it just kind of builds. Well, yeah. And that's interesting that you say that about anxiety, because this is another thing that our therapist brought up to us today. Is like when you have anxiety and you want to get something done about the thing that you're anxious about, when you giving in to that anxiety is not ignoring it. It's jumping into that anxiety head on. Like it's jumping into it and like making a list of like things that you actually can't solve or don't have any, you know, power over whatsoever. So giving into that anxiety is you think you're being productive. You think you're doing the right thing when actually you can't control anything about this. Right. So you literally just need to push it to the side and let it be what it is, you know? And I thought that was really interesting because there's been so many times I've been anxious about something. I'm like, I need to sit down. I need to do a list. I need to do this. I need to do that. And that's how I'm going to get this done. Right. But that's literally just giving into it. You're kind of feeding it.
Yeah, dealing with anxiety in a healthy way is actually taking a step back and looking in the third person, being like, okay, how much does this actually matter?
Yeah.
And how much of this can I actually control?
Right. And at some point, just like letting anxiety be what it is and not trying to control it.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, one thing that really I thought was interesting was, I think it was an anatomy and physiology class. They were talking about adrenaline and how like, it's basically an amorphous energy that you have that passes, might be something you have more often than other people or more often at certain times, but it's something you feel that can be shaped in the sense of like, if like when we were playing in a band and we were getting ready for a show and we were feeling super excited, but also nervous about the show, or like when I used to do theater, I would get really nervous before shows, and you get up on the stage and like everybody's staring at you and there's
trembly
this hot light. Yeah. And you're like, oh, but that feeling of butterflies is like, it can be used as a tool to like propel you into what you want to do. It's just pure energy. Mm-hmm. But for some reason we can tell ourselves that it's anxiety and that it's bad. And as soon as we label it and say that it's bad and it's harming us, then we start thinking of it that way.
Yeah.
But it could be used either way. Like if you could say that was like, that butterfly feeling was like a good thing and somehow use that energy, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the skill there, is like recognizing that it's an energy that it's just it's like a raw energy.
Well,
like,
yeah. And that's almost like, that's like a learned behavior though, too, Yeah. It's like those little butterflies in your tummy feeling the first time you have it, that's a scary feeling,
Yeah.
Because you're walking into the unknown. But like the butterflies in your tummy, that doesn't change.
Right.
When you're about to perform or you're expected to do something, or maybe you're supposed to do something complicated at your job, something like that. That doesn't really change. It's just your amount of experience with what you're actually supposed to do is going to determine what your feeling is around that.
Right.
Around that little gut feeling that you get. Yeah,
it's kind of like, I think it comes down to like either embracing it or fighting it. And if you fight the anxiety, then you end up like kind of choking or like throwing up, basically like, I don't know, like forgetting your lines or something in a play.
Yeah.
Which can happen without anxiety too, but it's like you can psych yourself out, I guess. Mm-hmm. As opposed to saying like, I'm really excited. I think it helps when you have a social, if you're feeling anxiety and you're alone, it's hard to like get that energy to move.
Yeah.
But when you're in a group of people, it's easy to like be like, move it around and like get excited about it, make it an exciting feeling rather than like an impending doom feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's how it is for me. When I feel anxious and there's no real good reason for it.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah. Well, like, and you can't control what the problem is, right?
Right.
You can only control your reaction to it. And I feel like that's some bullshit that some girl posted on MySpace fucking 15 years ago, and now it's just some fucking meme online or some shit now,
It's a t-shirt.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's easier said than done, right? Like, most of us aren't going to have the mental fortitude to just be like, I'm reacting to this the wrong way.
Yeah. It's all in your head, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's the it's all in your head shit has kind of like created this like online culture of like, well, I just do this and this and that, and I'm not affected by that at all. So I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You should be more like me, because that's what works for me.
You know what your problem is, man? You're just not enlightened enough.
You're just not as enlightened as me. One of my favorite quotes online I saw was like, it just said wildly simple quote that overly simplifies something of a very complex nature. And it's a quote from someone you agree with. Like when somebody posts online, when I'm feeling angry, I just look at the stars. Mm-hmm. That's all you gotta do. We're so small. We're so small. It's going to be okay. oh my God, a loved one just died and you're just in a great amount. Just look at the stars. It's fine.
We're just a piece of dust.
We're just a piece of dust. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
We're stardust, man. I feel so much better now.
But it's bullshit that people think that that's like a solution to something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, let's just take something that we're nostalgic about and just say, hey, that works for everyone else. There we go.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Now I'm getting heated.
I'm getting upset.
Now I'm getting upset. Now I'm getting pissed.
Find the anger one.
Oh yeah, where's the anger one? Let's pepper that in.
Oh, there's contempt. Oh, there's anger. Okay, let's get in here. Some of those didn't sound like anger there.
Some of them sound a little bit more like disgust.
Oh yeah, we're good. That's contempt there. That's a good one. Here's disgust. Okay. All over the board there.
Well, that's good. That's good.
That was a good one.
That worked well. That worked well for us. So what about, okay. So we talked last week about the jogger belt, the jogger dudes with the belt, right?
Right.
How they have all the gel packs and stuff like that. When you see a guy like that on the trail, what's the emotion you feel? Is it anger?
I think I would have to unpack that if I could use that term, because
it's more nuanced than just anger.
I think it might be nuanced. I think it's because there's a little bit of self hatred there too. I think.
Yeah. Self hatred because of why?
Because maybe it's like convenient to have that, and it it looks cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to be able to do that and not hate myself.
Yeah.
Maybe
you want to be able to do that and not have that same stigma,
and not only not hate myself, but not feel like other people are judging me like I'm judging that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I think everybody kind of does that. Like they assume that everybody's judging them the way that they judge other people.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, not everybody's judging you like that. Because I see those dudes out on the trail, and I'm like, that dude's getting it. Fucking rock on, bro.
Yeah.
But then if I wave hi to them and they don't wave back, I'm like, fuck you, man. You're a piece of shit. And I hate you.
I hate everything that you are and everything you do.
I do the same thing with cyclists when I'm riding down the road and I wave hi to someone and they don't wave back. I'm like, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Get off the fucking road. You don't deserve to be a cyclist, you piece of shit.
You don't deserve to live.
Start waving to other people, you fucking asshole.
The humanity. Whatever happened to humanity? I think that's how old people get to be.
Yeah.
Old codgers.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of like, they think everything's like that. They're like, whatever happened to saying hi back? Whatever. And everybody's wearing masks and you can't even see if they're smiling anymore.
When I was a kid, people used to say hi.
Yeah.
You get a free pair of shoes with my honks.
You get a free pair of tennis shoes with your honk.
Half off honks on Sundays.
Half off high top honks.
Half off high top honks. They'd attach meat to the bottom of your shoes if you wanted. But yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe that's just, I don't know. Maybe we're just a couple of old fogies. Do you think we're just old fogies now?
I'm starting to realize what path that takes,
Yeah.
So I think it's being aware of that,
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't change the thoughts that I have about those people. But I think that's maybe, again, where meditation comes in. Because when you meditate, you become more aware of those, because those are thought reactions that happen without you thinking. And they're just thoughts that appear.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you attach to those thoughts and identify with them as you, saying you're feeling that, like when I see that person with the gel packs or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah, totally.
Pretentious, that's like.
Pretentious much?
Yeah. Yeah. You've got money. Everybody can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
It must be nice.
So I feel the same way. I I feel the same way about certain like hipster bands in Portland.
Yeah.
Like, the super hipstered out guy. He's got, the fucking super cool jacket, the tight jeans, those shoes that have like wingtips on them that are kind of like a half boot, half shoe. Like, he just looks cool as fuck.
Right.
And like everybody loves him.
Probably Ron Tom.
And he's probably wearing like a little bit of eyeliner or some shit just so he looks good on the stage lights. Every single time I see that guy, I'm like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. Like, he could be the coolest person I've ever talked to in my entire life. It's just by his image, I'm saying, fuck you. You're stupid. I hate
you. Yeah, sometimes I wonder about, like, having that kind of reaction to image is also kind of a cool, like, double-edged sword because you could be that guy and wear all those clothes.
Yeah.
Or be whatever one of these people we're talking about and wear those clothes. And basically it's a way of filtering out people who are shallow enough to judge you based on what you're wearing.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like, oh, well, you think all you know me because of the things that I'm wearing. Well, it just shows how shallow you are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, that's kind of like oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but.
Well, and I mean, it's definitely, I think it's more nuanced than that because I'm not shallow at all.
Yeah.
So
neither am I. So.
But like, I don't know, when we were playing in a band, I'm pretty sure people probably looked at me and they were like, who is this dirty fucking kid? Like, he's obviously he hasn't washed his jeans in fucking 3 weeks, He's covered in dirt. Looks like he showed up at the show from a construction site or something.
But that's I feel like that kind of works pretty well with what the shows we were playing.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't play, we played at the White Eagle. We kind of dressed up for that one because it felt like a classy affair. But
yeah, exactly.
But most of those bars were pretty seedy we played at. So it was kind of helped if you were kind of grungy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the punk kids seem to have like a kind of a positive reaction to that.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the long run, people still are going to look at your image. So that guy that I hated that had the makeup on and all the super hip clothes playing the show, he stood way better of a chance of like somebody recognizing his musical talent than a person like myself did.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, I just ruined the whole band for everybody, but
Yeah.
But what was the other? Oh, the other point that I was going to make is it kind of, I don't know. I feel like you're definitely going to disagree with me on this, but it kind of feels good to be super fucking pissed about something.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
Like, because it's just such an extreme emotion.
To kind of know
like,
where you stand.
Oh, yeah, those guys are doing... Fuck that, man. Fuck everything that they're about. I don't fucking like them,
Yeah. I do agree with that because there are... I mean, if you don't find anything disagreeable, which I've definitely struggled with in my life, but I have found that I disagree with a lot of more like roots kind of issues when it comes to like money and like corporate kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's something I can totally like get behind and be like, yeah, it's not okay because it basically comes down to like an ethics situation.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that, it's like, no, I can't.
Yeah,
I have to be like, no, I don't agree with that. It's
so does that mean when it comes to like trickle down economics or something like that, like you look at that and you're just
out.
Fuck that, man.
That's
pissed. So fucking stupid.
I think for me it's more about expressing anger.
Yeah.
Like and maybe we have a similarity there where I might feel those things.
Yeah.
But I don't really. I've always thought that most people when they get angry do it instinctively and kind of reactively, and they often regret those actions.
Absolutely.
So I learned through observation, having a brother and a father that were kind of like a little bit more hot-headed, that I learned by watching what happened to them through that. I was like, it's not a good look. And like in the end, you kind of like dig a hole for yourself. So
yeah, I
decided to not really display those emotions, but I would still feel them.
How old were you when you said you decided that?
I was probably like 10 or 11.
Wow.
But by the time I was like 15, I was really aware of it, and I was kind of like in a robot mind at that point, I think, where I thought I could like operate on a different level that didn't have emotion at all.
Yeah.
And that I think I was kind of like any white male who's 15 just thought I was like a genius, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I know more than anybody else, and I'm like super special. Like
Definitely.
basically like a crazy, like a psychopathic narcissist, you know?
Yeah.
Basically like any white male.
Yeah, man. But honestly, man, I look at myself and my own anger issues over the years, and like you probably, just by witnessing that, I feel like you had kind of an upper hand over a lot of men. Because I mean, my male example was my dad. Everybody else in my house was female. There was my mom and my 2 sisters.
Oh yeah.
So my only example of being a man was my dad. My dad isn't, to this day, is an angry motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, he's still jolly, he's still happy-go-lucky, but if you talk to him about something that pisses him off, he's gonna fucking tell you everything that pisses him off about that. You know?
Huh.
It's that's a good one to pepper in there. But yeah, anyway, I didn't mean to like go off into the anger thing that much, but
yeah, well,
it was a fascinating topic nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of I still work on that too. Again, I think it's something that like all these basic emotions kind of like it's good to untangle identity with them, because ultimately when you like look into any of them, they're those thoughts that become attached to those anger things, and like you kind of point fingers and start like making thoughts yours basically by saying like I hate that, or I hate that person, or I hate the way that they say that or they do that. Then it becomes more complicated because now you have to defend yourself also because you're attached to that emotion.
Yeah.
But if you can add some space around that in a sober way, then you can like let it kind of be what it is, rather than getting all tangled up in it.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to say, but I'm still working on that for sure, because I would like to be more expressive as a person, because I think my robot style that I developed when I was 15 kept me out of a lot of trouble for sure, but it also kept me kind of like it locked inside, and kept me kind of expressionless when it came to like emotion. Yeah. So that's something I'm still trying to work on, you know?
No, definitely. Definitely. I never really thought about that, how that could kind of create a divide for you if you're not really feeling special. Was there any point in your life that maybe you felt like there was one emotion that you were specifically drawn to that you felt like you needed to be especially expressive about?
Well, I think I immediately felt at home with depression. Yeah. Like dark depression. I felt like that was like almost who I was. Yeah. At that age, and like
I've had stints of that in my life too. Yeah.
I was like, I can, and I felt like I could express that too. And it was kind of in fashion in the 90s. Yeah. To be kind of angsty, but also just depressed. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was like, identify with that music.
No, if you were sad, you were kicking ass, man.
Yeah.
Like that was like all the popular music, all the popular culture of the 90s.
Yeah. And even now it's like, the struggle is, for me at least, is like, I can feel joy, but there's kind of like, it's kind of like, it feels inappropriate to feel joy in the face of such catastrophic suffering in the world. And it's like, that's an age-old question. It's like, it's not like suffering is new, or neither is joy, but at the same time, it's like, it feels kind of insensitive to be expressing something that's, while I'm like living in a place downtown, there's people sleeping in tents and like freezing temperatures. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be like,
you're in your cozy apartment.
Yeah. And I'm supposed to just like, you know, I think that's my problem with like a lot of these spiritual influencers on Instagram too. It's like, it's like, I see that, but do you not, how can you like,
the world isn't that rosy of a place.
Yeah. I mean, it must feel good to be in that situation. Yeah. To feel so like, or some, you know, some of these kind of vibes. Yeah.
What the hell is that supposed to be? Oh, okay. Like jubilation or something?
That was elation, yeah. But to be, I mean, I could see it being like okay to balance that somehow, but
Yeah.
I feel like I would not be happy with the person I am if I was like walking out the door like that every day.
Yeah.
And without like somehow, you know,
Yeah.
going out of my way to like,
Well, I mean, that's kind of the problem with
change
influencers, though, man, is like the people that are influencers, the people that are making money off of all this social media crap, they're being paid to show you a highlight reel, you know? Like
Right.
I could literally just clip together an Instagram of all the best parts of my day. Like my kid just did something cute. I just crushed a workout. Or
Yeah,
like
just-
my boss gave me a promotion. I can just broadcast all that stuff. But the things that I'm not broadcasting are, oh, fuck, I had a horrible argument with my wife this morning.
yeah.
Or like my dog is getting sick, you know, like I'm not broadcasting those
Right.
things, you
You're
know.
just spotlighting all the good stuff.
And that's a serious problem, man. Like I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people get a lot of depression just because of those kind of things.
That's like Instagram in general and Facebook too. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
look how great my life is.
Yeah.
Because I went on this trip to Fiji or whatever, and like
Yeah, exactly.
my life is all bubbles and
yeah.
unicorns or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's kind of funny. You can tell when somebody's life is really depressing when the last thing they posted on Instagram was from like 2015. It was their vacation to the Bahamas. It's like, oh, God, things really went downhill after that one, didn't it?
You don't think like, oh, they
shit.
must have really enjoyed that trip and they just stayed there.
It's like, You're not like, I'm drinking in my room by myself. Take a selfie for the Insta.
It's like
you know?
Josh's friend with the Four Locos.
Exactly.
You know what I do after work, man? I go to Plaid Pantry and get Four Locos, man.
I drink in my room by myself, and it's fucking awesome, man.
Yellow ones, man. They give me terrible shits, man. Just hang out in my room.
I wake up in the morning, I get the shits, and then I immediately have to get on the train because it takes 4 hours to get to work, man. It's fucking sweet.
I would like to see that as an Instagram style instead.
We should make one. Let's make one. There we go, man.
just celebrate.
And people who didn't listen to this will just think we're absolutely serious.
These people are insane. I get it. Yeah, no, I think that style has been like that's talked about in research too in general. Like when it comes to like statistical research, there's always a preference to only publish successful studies.
Yeah.
So all of the failures don't get news time. They don't get published in journals.
Yeah.
So I mean that's been a problem for a long time, and it is
Well, yeah.
like it's a human thing. We just want to see the great stuff.
Well, yeah, and that's just another issue too. That's like probably another conversation for a different day. But like how like scientific studies get misrepresented a lot because a lot of news articles will just take one study and be like, "Oh, well, this means that." There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, canola oil is good for you because this one study showed this, and there you go.
Yeah.
But like, when in fact, you know, if your biology is different, canola oil is terrible for you and it'll cause you cancer, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a social problem. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of sensational. I mean, maybe the social media has made us more sensational in terms of our like attention and stuff, but I think we are already, humans in general are just like, we respond to that very black and white thinking, and like we kind of want to believe that life is that simple.
Yeah.
Oh, the internet said I could drink a glass of wine every day.
Yeah. Drinking a box of red wine every day.
I think he said a box of wine. I can't remember exactly.
Get those microbiomes in my stomach. I do it for my health.
Yeah. I do what I can, you know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, I feel like that was a really good first half right there.
That was a pretty good first half.
Yeah.
You want to get into a little bit of
Yeah.
food, a little snack action?
Yeah, we're gonna have a little food. We're gonna take a little break. Ooh.
There we go. Okay.
Wow.
Well, that was in the awe category,
Oh,
just in
okay.
case people were confused about that.
The awe category.
Yeah. Do a little cram sandwich, maybe?
Yeah, we'll go cram sandwich.
It's like we got a dog outside.
We're
or something.
dog sitting tonight, so if you hear the scratching on the microphone, it's because the dog's trying to get get into the garage.
Doing a little dog daycare here while we're podcasting.
A little bit of dog daycare. Oh, maybe we should talk about that in the second half.
Yeah, we're
But I
doing a
don't
little multitask.
All right, cool. Well, we'll take a little break here.
All right.
Yurt.
What's up, guys?
Okay.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Honks Podcast.
Yeah, just cram sandwich.
Where a honk for a honk makes the whole world blind. You mess with the bull, you get the honks. My name's Joe Little. This is Lamar Costin. Today is February 9th, 2021. It's a Tuesday. How are you feeling for this second half of the
Episode
podcast, Lamar?
4. Feeling pretty
You
good.
feeling good?
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling good. Okay. So we have a guest that's going to come on a little bit here.
Can't keep people off the show. They just
Yeah.
keep calling us, leaving
Keep
us
calling,
voicemails.
keep asking, keep leaving voicemails.
Yeah, we're going to get Aaron Sion on the horn.
Yeah. Aaron Sion, he's the brother of Daniel Sion. And Aaron's a very fascinating individual, wouldn't you say? Oh yeah, turn off that fan.
Yeah, he's unflappable.
He's unflappable.
He's very both brothers, very musically oriented folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aaron's kind of like a shapeshifter,
Yeah, he's more
guy.
of
like a snake.
he's more like a guitar player. He's more of a guitar player than Daniel Sion is. Daniel's an extremely good producer, amazing bass player. And
Aaron's
Aaron
a shredder. Yeah.
He's a shredder. He's a real shredder. He I think he like won awards or something like
For
that.
shredding?
When he was in high school for shredding so much better than everybody else.
Do they give you trophies for that kind of thing?
He was voted in his high school class Shredder of the Year. Shredder of the Year 2009.
That's pretty cool.
Aaron Sion.
Shredder of the year.
Yeah.
Most likely to shred.
Yeah, most likely to shred past high school.
Shred Nar.
Shred Nar past high school. Aaron Sion.
That's what they say.
But Aaron's an interesting beast, man. He's somebody I don't think I've ever seen him upset about anything. You know?
Speaking of touching on our previous talk,
Yeah.
do you think he's bottling? Should we talk about it?
We should probably ask him about it.
Should we try to crack that bottle?
But I've known that guy for so many years that I honestly don't think he gets upset.
Yeah. He just doesn't take it personal, maybe.
Yeah. He's a saint.
Should we berate him the whole time? And see
Yeah,
if
we
can.
Well, we should definitely ask him why Daniel's such an asshole.
Yeah, seriously.
Because we've been talking about that ever since before we started doing the podcast.
That was the original idea. Yeah.
The original idea of having the Sion brothers on was to have each of them on individually and talk about how the other one is an asshole the whole time.
Yeah. And why they are.
Yeah.
So
So you're releasing a record. Oh, that's great. I'm really happy for you. Why is your brother such an asshole?
yeah. Why is
Do you want to talk about that?
Can you explain it?
Can you explain why
Did something happen?
What happened? Why is he such an asshole?
Should we do something about this? Is anybody going to do anything?
Is somebody going to have to do something about this? Am I going to have to do something about this?
Should we?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe that'll come up. We'll see.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. But
He's on a vacation right now.
yeah, or I don't know if he said he's going to be back home at 8:30, so I don't think he's on vacation right now.
Like a really short vacation.
Yeah.
Like I went to the store.
Yeah. Do you call it a vacation every time you leave your house?
I probably should. I mean, I don't, but I probably should because technically you might not come back.
Yeah,
You might stay,
it's true.
you know?
It's true.
I don't know.
Maybe that's a good reflection that people should take away from this show. Every time you leave your house it's a vacation.
Probably be a lot happier if you thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Maybe
I get to go on a vacation to Fred Meyer.
Yeah. Sightseeing.
for like an hour.
Could
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
I'm gonna go sightseeing at Fred Meyer. Have you ever done that? Just gone to a store to go sightseeing?
I actually did that before I came here.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right.
I went to the House of Vintage and just kind of looked around, just browsing.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, there's a lot of pretty interesting things to glance at there. I almost bought a Smurfs bed sheet.
A Smurfs bed sheet.
Yeah, like a twin size bed sheet. Like when I was a kid, I had Star Wars blankets.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that vibe, but it was a whole Smurfs.
Oh, nice.
Like what do you call it? Like
It was a full set then?
it was just the sheet,
Okay.
but it was pretty cool, pretty detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Smurfs and Gargamel was in there too.
But it was a twin? Are you sleeping on a twin these days?
I've got a queen size bed, but
Okay.
I like to have sheets around. You
Yeah.
know, my cat likes them. So
Yeah, exactly.
plus, you never know. You know, sheets are good to have.
Yeah.
You gotta have them.
Well, your cat might mess up the sheets. You don't know.
You could turn it into a poncho too.
Yeah.
That's one idea I had. Just cut a hole in the middle. Wear that at a festival if that happens again. Be the Smurf guy.
Yeah. Ooh. Be the
kinda cool.
Smurf guy at the festival.
Smurf poncho.
Have you ever seen a Smurf guy at a festival?
I don't think I've ever seen the Smurf guy. But it's pretty cool because it has like all their houses are made of mushrooms
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's like pretty cool visually.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've ever seen a Smurf guy at a festival either, but I'm also kind of wondering right now why I haven't seen that. Cuz what a great like costume to bring,
Smurf.
you know?
Even if it's just the hat.
Just being Smurf themed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Paint your body blue.
Why have I not seen that before? Like, don't wear a shirt, wear long white pants, paint your entire upper body blue.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be a big hit.
And then you throw that poncho on at night.
Yeah. All white poncho.
Well, it's got the Smurf characters on it, so people are like, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about using the bed sheet as a
Yeah.
poncho.
Yeah, you cut a hole in
okay.
it. See?
Oh my God, there you go.
Then it's bringing back the nostalgia. Because people will be
That's-
like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Smurfs? Oh my God.
You remember Smurfs?
Remember that? Do you remember that? I actually tried to watch the Smurfs. I must have been in my early 20s, but I had just realized that I liked weed. I had never really tried it that much before then.
Yeah.
And I found the episodes for the first season, and I tried to watch it, and it was like really awful.
Oh, Smurfs?
I thought it'd be really fun to get high and watch it, and it really wasn't. I
Yeah.
was surprised.
You know, same exact thing happened to me right after I discovered weed.
Most things are awesome on it, you know,
Yeah.
that you haven't done.
Well, dude, you know, when I was in high school, I had a friend over. This kid, Zach, I was friends with in high school. We talked about that the other day, you know, it was friends you had like that you were really close with in high school, and now you just don't talk to him anymore. This was one of those kids.
Right.
But this guy, Zach, like he came over, he was spending the night at my house, and we snuck up into my room, and we just smoked a ton of weed
Nice.
and just blew it out the window, so my parents didn't know.
Blaze tripping?
Yeah, and we had rented the Beatles' Yellow Submarine
Okay.
from Blockbuster, and we're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be dope when we're stoned. So we go downstairs, and we were hanging out with my mom. Me and my friend, stoned as hell, just hanging out with my mom. I feel like my mom knew we were stoned.
I mean, yeah.
You know,
I
It's
would
like-
imagine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, how could she not know? But I've never asked her that. Maybe I should keep that in mind. But but we're just downstairs watching the Yellow Submarine stoned, and it was not good at all.
Really?
It's a horrible movie.
Is it horrible too when you're sober? Because I don't know if I've seen that in a long time.
It's not a good movie.
Does that have the Full on the Hill on it, or is that a different one?
I want to say yes.
I feel like it does. That's a great song.
Yeah. Well, because I watched the movie again several years later. I was like 19 and I was stone cold sober. I still thought it was a horrible movie.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Beatles, but that doesn't mean I have to like their movies.
Yeah.
You know? I would say A Hard Day's Night was a better movie, and that was about nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that movie wasn't about shit.
Is there a plot in the Yellow Submarine?
Kind of. Like, they're just dealing with a lot of, like, psychedelic characters that they come across in the ocean. Like the Blue Meanies and...
Yeah. I should go back and watch those.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should watch it again. Maybe in my 30s I'll think it's a good movie, but I doubt it.
Maybe you need to take acid and watch it.
Maybe maybe you're just doing the wrong things, man.
You ever watched the Yellow Submarine on acid, man? You ever seen it on salvia, dude?
Have you ever seen the Yellow Submarine?
I know I have.
Yeah.
But
it's not a memorable film.
Yeah, I don't remember anything
it's
about
not
it.
good.
Except for The Fool on the Hill, if that's on there.
Yeah.
Because
I'm pretty sure it's on there.
I found that song to be kind of like, I don't know, like kind of psychedelic.
Yeah.
And profound in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe I felt like the fool on the hill.
Maybe. Maybe the fool on the hill is your spirit animal? Spirit person?
Yeah. There's a good chance of that.
Yeah.
I see the sun going down.
The fool on the hill?
With the eyes in my head.
See the world spinning round?
Yeah. You know what? I looked up.
He never seems like that. No, he's just a fool.
I looked up how fast the Earth is moving through space.
Yeah.
The other day.
Ooh.
And it was like astounding to me. Like
Really?
I knew we were going pretty quick, but I can't quite remember now. But it's up there. We're moving pretty fast. I think it's like 1,000 miles per hour or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Or no. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
It's fast.
Could you imagine it like existing as a human being at the moment the Earth started traveling at that speed? Like just being a human
just
being
start moving.
and you're going 0 miles an hour and all of a sudden you're just gradually progressing to this insane amount of speed that you've never have been able to comprehend. Like you'd probably die, right?
I think your body would be like liquefied.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm not a Scientologist, but
But
that's based on my understanding.
But like because you were born and the world was already going the speed that it is, now it's just normal, right?
Yeah, I mean we don't feel that, which is insane.
Yeah. It's totally insane.
And
I
I'm
feel
not,
that.
Yeah.
I feel that for sure.
Can you imagine what that would feel like on acid? Okay, I pulled it up here.
Okay.
We are moving at 67,000 miles per hour.
67,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, so that's pretty fast.
And that's in orbit around the sun.
Yeah. So I did that's 1,116 miles per minute.
Yeah.
And then 18.6 miles per second.
So how long does it take the Earth to go from 0 to 67,000? 30 seconds or like what's the...
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the time?
It's kind of insane. But yeah, I was looking that up and maybe, I don't know, it was just, I don't know why that came to me.
Yeah.
Just kind of was thinking about how far away the sun is, like the light from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Travels quite a distance.
Yeah.
To get to us. And I was like, oh, we're probably moving pretty quick because, it doesn't feel like that, even though like the spin of the Earth and the rotation of the Earth is obviously like a lot slower than that. So
yeah,
it's kind of insane. We're being hurtled. Because I was also thinking, like, when a comet or an asteroid comes close to Earth, like you think about it hitting the Earth or the possibility of it hitting the Earth. It's like, oh, like, that would do some damage to the Earth. But we also have to keep in mind that we're moving at whatever speed I just said.
Yeah.
In addition to it. So
it's going to be pretty hard to hit us.
Well, but if we hit it at the same trajectory that it hits us, it's like the impact would be insane.
Yeah.
Like multiplied.
Yeah. Well, isn't that what happened to the dinosaurs or whatever?
I think so.
Yeah. But isn't that also how the Earth got created? Like the Big Bang Theory?
Did God plant dinosaur bones as like a thing for us to find? Or were there actually living dinosaurs? Or were they like planted fossils?
When I was growing up in church, there was a youth pastor that was like swearing up and down that the world was only 6,000 years old.
Yeah.
And his argument, I'll never forget this. His argument was, I'm not going to say that God didn't make the world out of 500 billion year old rocks. I'm like,
that's actually pretty solid logic there. If you're gonna make something, why would you use super old bullshit materials? I think I got a couple 2x4s that have been sitting in the rain for a few
4x6ers.
million years.
God's a fucking
the shittiest architect ever.
He's just the shittiest architect.
So yeah, I could save on money if I just use this old junk.
If I just use this old shit. Just bring up a whole humanity right here, you know.
Sitting in the wood pile for a while, so
if it gets messed up, I guess I'll fix it in post, you know. Set up a little bit of shoring here.
Yeah.
Global warming, who gives a shit?
Polish that up later.
That's their fault. Fuck all them.
Sinners. Look what you did. It's really cruel trick he played on us.
Yeah.
Or they played. I don't know what gender they prefer.
God.
I
Yeah.
think God would probably be genderless.
Yeah.
Either genderful or genderless.
Yeah, I don't think God would be a male or a female. That's for sure. You know? Cuz I mean if you're God, like you're,
wouldn't you be both?
Yeah.
You'd have to have both to know how to make both, right?
You'd either be both or you'd be neither.
And this is just some random thing. You decided to make wieners and vajayjays for the hell of it.
It's just like an art project.
Yeah, these would be fun to watch go in and out. Like, what kind of a pervert is this guy?
These ones fit well together. Let's pop those in there.
Let's see what they do with that. Well, thanks a lot. Look what happened.
Congratulations. This is how you make babies. But most of you are going to fuck up.
Now look at this place.
You're going to miss. You're not going to be making babies.
Just shooting all over the place.
You think God is ever up in heaven just be like, you're coming on her tits. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's not where it goes.
That's not where it goes, man. You fucked up.
It's really simple.
It's super simple.
I made it really easy.
All you got to do is stay in there, and you're all coming on each other's tits. I hate the weekends, man. It's a desperados running around,
grabbing each,
touching each other's dicks. That's the creepiest laugh I've ever heard.
To bring the sadness and the laughter together. That's how we heal the nation.
That's how we heal the nation.
Make our tears turn into laughter. They're very similar sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to imagine they come from a similar place.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing that soundboard like that brings up.
I've had that happen to me before in a bathroom stall where I was pooping. Some public bathroom. And I heard what I assumed was laughter because it started out like a laugh, but then it turned into a cry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like smiling at first because I was like, this person was really belting it out.
Yeah.
And then quickly turned to a sad moment.
Really?
Really awkward.
So you were like in a bathroom and you had nothing to do with the person that was like crying, or?
Yeah, it was a stranger.
Yeah.
But it was one of those like,
oh, okay.
Started out kind of like with that,
yeah,
really belting it out. And then, you can't tell until the very end of it. So, wow. Kind of awkward.
Did the person say anything? Do you have any idea what they were going through, or?
No, they were just having a breakdown of some sort.
Was this like at a party or something?
No, it was like a public bathroom somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Like out and about. I can't remember where it was.
That's strange, man.
Yeah. But then I was like, Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to poop right now, and
I was, yeah, but it turned into kind of
bringing me down.
Did bring me down for a moment there, and then I like felt like I had to poop all quiet because I wanted to respect the space.
Yeah.
Where I thought we were gonna have a good belly laugh together.
Yeah.
As strangers, like.
You should have just cut the tension and ripped some real loud ones.
I know,
man.
yeah. I'm not the best at loud farts.
Really?
It's never been a talent of mine.
Yeah.
I've tried. I mean, I wish, obviously, if I could choose, I would choose to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Why would you not? But
you know what's a really good way to rip out some really loud farts?
so
Wake up in the morning, drink like a cup and a half or 2 cups of coffee.
okay.
Don't eat any food. But then jump on a treadmill
Yeah.
and run like real hard for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't
like,
have thought about that.
Really get your blood pumping.
It doesn't just.
You're going to shit your brains out.
But I have silent squirters. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to get some when they get musicals.
It's going to give you some amplification though.
Yeah.
Like running real hard.
I wanna
like,
get some octaves
You've already
going.
got you already got the coffee in your body. That's a natural laxative.
Right.
You know. And then you're going to jump on the treadmill, you're going to run, you're going to get your blood pumping, you're going to get your heart rate up. And that's just going to make your body want to fucking just expel everything that's slowing it down.
But we need some gas too. I feel like you need to like add something in there, maybe like oatmeal. I don't know, like something that would like kind of like gas off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just going for like a coffee poop,
Carbohydrates.
it comes out pretty quick and it's usually pretty quiet.
Yeah, so like
total disappointment.
Smash a Cliff Bar, like eat a bowl of oatmeal or something like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely help it along. Honestly, I think just coffee and a little bit of running, that's gonna do it pretty well too.
Give it a try.
Yeah, because that's what happened to me this morning on the bike. Because I got up at 5 a.m. I had like a little bit of a cereal bar. I drank a cup of coffee. I drank a cup of water, and then I jumped on my bike to do a workout. And 20 minutes into that workout, I went and shit my brains out.
I might have to try that out. I
Yeah.
feel like I have a feeling that you might already be gifted with musical farts
Yeah,
because your belches are so
yeah.
prolific. And
I might just have acid reflux.
this is actually
It might not really be a gift at all.
this is gonna turn into like a doctor visit. I was talking to my podcast and realized that
I was talking to my buddy on my podcast, and next week I'm gonna be like, so I went to the doctor.
Oh.
I think I might have acid reflux.
I think I might have acid reflux.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
That's what that is. Well, I think it's a gift. Maybe a gift and a curse, but
you think it's a gift?
I kind of wish that I at least
Yeah.
had the option to like make some really loud farts sometimes.
Well, you know what's funny? I drank 1 PBR today, and it gave me horrible acid reflux.
Yeah, those will really get some belches going too. Those
Yeah.
cheap beers.
Because you're just trying to like get it out so it doesn't like burn the top of your esophagus. And every burp that you have is like pretty satisfying, but it also just kind of hurts.
This show is sponsored by PBR.
It's sponsored by PBR.
You just want to get it out.
It gets you drunk, but you do want to get it out.
That reminds me of What the Festival 2015
Yeah.
when Josh's friend had bought all those Kirkland Light beers
Oh, yeah.
that were basically like shitty PBRs, and they were all
They were
warm.
horrible.
They were warm, and then we were like trying to drink them in the morning. It was like the worst, probably one of the worst experiences I've ever had consuming a liquid.
Oh, no, you guys hated those beers, but I rolled up to your camp, and I was just happy as hell to drink them, man.
Was it warm?
Yeah, it
Because
was
I think
warm.
they were cold at one point.
Yeah, no, it was warm beer.
Okay.
And you guys weren't drinking them, but I was like, it was the second day that we were there, and that was when we were backing up that one lady. And
Yeah.
it was the second day we didn't have any shows to play, so I got to your camp at like 9:00 in the morning and just started drinking all the Kirklands.
Just went to town with them.
I was like, what alcohol does nobody want to drink? These ones? All right, I'm
Yeah.
on it. Here we go.
I think I bought my own pack of those later, and when they're cold, they're actually decent.
Yeah.
It's basically like a PBR, but they're like half the
Yeah.
price.
I think we had a few packs of them back at the Houghton house. I think you did some Costco runs.
We did some experiments, some
Yeah.
side by sides.
Yeah. A few
For
side by
science.
sides. Side by sides.
Slide by slabs.
Slide by slabs.
Pretty good. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. They actually make their own bubbly alcohol now.
Really?
Like the Claws.
Like a seltzer
Yeah.
kind of alcohol then.
Yeah, I was over there recently. They make their own. They're 50 cents each for a 12 ounce.
Oh.
So pretty good deal.
50 cents.
Because the Claws are like,
For a 12-ounce can?
yeah. Damn. The Claws are extremely expensive. I don't know if you've noticed. I think they're like $18 for a 12-pack
Yeah.
or something like that. So we're talking about,
Well, I mean, they're
know.
popular, so that's what people will pay for them.
these come in a 24-pack.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's like $13.
That's why I'm so sick of this goddamn economy.
We just got to get it going.
It's not worth what it's worth. It's worth what people will pay for it.
I'll pay about 50 cents for a White Claw. I think that's a good deal.
If I could pay 50 cents for a White Claw, I'd be drinking White Claws till I'm blue in the goddamn face. What if drinking White Claw was just something everybody did?
All the time?
Do you think it would be considered a problem? Like that's just the way people operated was by drinking White Claw?
I don't think it would be.
Yeah.
Because if the Earth is moving at whatever I said,
Yeah.
what was it?
67,000 miles an hour.
Was it 67?
Yeah.
67 thou. If
Yeah.
it's doing that all the time and we can't feel it, then I assume that if everybody drank White Claws all the time, we wouldn't notice it either.
Do you think that maybe when you drink White Claws, like maybe you can feel the speed of the Earth?
Oh.
And that's what makes you feel disoriented?
I've thought about that before when I was really drunk, when you get like the spins.
Yeah.
It's like maybe you're just aware of how fucked up the situation is that we're actually in right now.
Maybe you're just more aware.
Like more enlightened.
Yeah. But society's not going to tell you that.
Society will be like, oh, you shouldn't do that.
Society's going to say, you shouldn't drink a whole 12-pack of White Claws to yourself. It's not good for your health.
You're not supposed to feel the spin of the earth. Ooh.
But maybe that just makes me more aware. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just more aware than you are.
Maybe I'm just more present than you are.
Yeah. You know, your problem is you're just not as enlightened as I am. So get back on the pillow.
That's your problem.
Yeah, get back on the cushion, do some work.
That's what we should put on that Instagram page. The guy with the really shitty life that's just bragging about it all the time. I got the spins and I'm super drunk, but I just feel like it makes me more aware of everything that's going on around me.
Because when I'm not drunk, I can't even feel the earth
Because
moving.
when I'm
you
not
know?
drunk, I'm like, I feel like I can communicate with people and be normal. And right now I can't. And that's just better. So
Spinning in circles to throwing up is, yeah.
I'm just so much more aware than everybody else.
I just feel really grounded because I'm on the ground, like throwing up.
Exactly. I like this bit. I like where this is going.
So we're gonna do an Instagram channel where this guy just brags,
Yeah.
and maybe he's like enlightened,
Yeah.
and people just don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. And we just have to come up with new horrible things to happen to him on an everyday basis, you know?
I've thought,
Like, hey, my dad just died. Peace. What's up, guys? Taking a selfie next to my dad's casket, you know, like.
check out this graffiti I did on his casket. Super
Check out
tight.
this graffiti.
I drew a
did
Smurf on it. It's awesome.
I got drunk at my dad's funeral next to his empty cans of Four Loko. You
I
know?
huffed some duster and drew Smurf on his casket.
I huffed some duster.
My life is awesome.
I was telling my dad was lame anyway.
Look at this cool bracelet the jail gave me. It's got my name on it.
I'm on house arrest, bitch. Check out my ankle bracelet.
Just watching the soaps at the hospital. What are you doing?
Send nudes, bro.
Just kicking it.
Just kicking it. Anybody want to party? I'm in room 4007.
Horrific motorcycle accident.
Horrific motorcycle.
Come party.
No, I don't own a motorcycle. I was on the back of one with my buddy Craig.
Craig and the Crab Rangoons.
My buddy Craig from Krusty Craig and the Crab Rangoons.
Just got done playing a show.
Just got done playing a show. That's super fucked up in a motorcycle accident, bro.
It was awesome. I think I saw Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. I'm asking our guest where he's at.
Huh?
Okay, that was a roller coaster.
The deep breathing was a scary one.
That was upsetting. Didn't plan on that one. I want to see
Said
how
he's almost ready.
See how that pain compares to fear. Here's fear. Here's pain.
Ow!
People actually say "ow" when they get hurt. There's always that one guy. Why do people actually say "ow"? That seems like a thought out. Like that's not an actual reaction. That's like a thought out. Like, "Owie, that hurt."
I'm way more inclined to be like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
god damn it, shit."
I feel like when I hurt myself really bad, I usually inhale like really sharply.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of thing.
No, like when I sprained my like foot recently, I literally just like kicked like an ottoman in my house just by accident. I was just walking through my house. That's exactly what I did. I was just kneeled down and was like.
Sometimes I feel like if I hold a breath or like if I continue breathing in, I can like make
deal
it
with
go
the pain
away
a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I have noticed in massage, like in receiving massage, if somebody's going like doing a deep tissue thing, if it's really painful, I found out that if I'm breathing out, it hurts way more.
Mm-hmm.
But as you breathe in, it hurts less. That's what I found.
Really?
Yeah. So I try to like breathe in like a long inhale and then do like kind of a quick exhale and then breathe in again. I don't know why that is. Maybe you're just bringing oxygen.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've actually been using like this back roller.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like a foam roller, but it's just bigger around. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever heard of like that popular brand, the Chirp wheel. Yeah. It's like a knockoff brand of that because it was way cheaper.
It's called
That's
a
why I bought
Chomp.
it. It's called a Chump wheel. But I've been using that, and what they say, like on their tutorial, is that while you're rolling your back against it, you're supposed to exhale. But lately, when I've been trying to exhale, it's way too uncomfortable. I can't do it. Like I can't stand the pain. It hurts.
Huh.
But like if I breathe in, like I actually get my back like massaged out. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. I know for like stretching and what like I guess mostly stretching and definitely like releasing, like you ever get your back cracked.
Yeah.
You're just like breathe in really big and then you breathe out when you crack it so that like there's less space between the joints, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Aaron just said he's ready whenever.
He's ready to roll.
I'm going to step outside and pee really quick.
Okay.
You want to do some sound effects while I
Yeah,
go
I'll roll through a few sound effects here. Get ready for the interview here.
Yep.
Let's do some confusion. I'm just confused about my Joe's got to go outside and pee.
Yeah, I got to go pee pee.
Pee-pee time.
Okay, let's get a little interested now here. There's some realization here. Okay, it's turning into desire. Okay, so pretty intimate there. Ecstasy, let's try that. Distress. That sounds a lot like the other one. There we go. Okay, sympathy. do a slurry here.
Okay. Nice.
That's some pretty good ones there. All right, I'm going to switch over.
I'm going to say Lamar will call
Oh, that was a good one.
you right now.
Okay.
I just texted him that you're going to call him. Do you have Aaron's number? The 347?
I don't know. Let me see.
I'll give you the number.
Let's see here.
I'll give you the number or whatever.
Okay, give me the number.
347
Okay.
241 3893.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to do it.
Yep. Are you on? Are you on the Bluetooth?
It's gone.
There we go.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey-o.
Oh, good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you pretty good.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
Hold on one second. I just got to switch on over to the Bluetooth real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. How about now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. There's a bit of an echo, but that's okay.
Oh, well, hold on. Well, give me a second then, because I can... how's it sound now?
Okay.
How about now?
That sounds better.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Okay, because I'm in a sound-treated studio now.
Oh,
okay.
Shit, you stepped in the studio for this one.
Damn.
Aaron's taking it seriously.
So, if you gave me a little more of a heads up, I could have had a Neumann running through a 1073.
It's okay.
Sounded real good. But
Shit. Okay.
Well, Aaron, we got to keep this authentic, right? Like every single one of our guests so far, we've just told that they're going to be on the show very last minute.
Right.
So that's kind of
Right.
just what we're sticking with right now. We're just keeping it off.
Well, I get it. You guys want to have the nice crisp,
Yes.
deep bass vocal, and then you want the phone guy to be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts you
I get
down,
it.
puts you lower in the view in the
Yeah, we
listener's
want to
perspective, so.
be better than you. So
Yeah.
I totally get it. Yeah, no, I like to be better than people too. So
Yeah. So
it's great.
Aaron, we were talking about your credentials a little bit earlier.
Right.
Shred Master.
Shredmaster, voted most likely to shred, Worcester High School,
Right.
2009 or some shit. Is that right? Or what happened there? Did you get a shred award for
Was
guitar?
it a trophy?
Yeah. Actually, and thank you for bringing that up. I got a jazz award of sorts. Won't name names or anything, but to the tune of Louis Armstrong Jazz Award,
That's right. That's right.
2011.
Oh, okay.
International
2011.
Baccalaureate guitar player. So,
Gotcha.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
So, yeah.
So
that's what we're working with.
where has that
Okay.
gotten you in your adult life? What's going on there?
I'm still on the hunt to reproduce. Hasn't happened.
Looking
So,
gay.
Just trying to
I'm trying to
reproduce.
get it in. Yeah.
Mostly just trying
So,
to reproduce then, huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm really trying to reproduce, and it's not working. So
Now you're just producing. So how does that feel?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm only producing. Yeah, and it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. Right on.
So,
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But I just want to say, guys, thanks for calling me up. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I figured I got to get on there. I got to talk shop with the boys.
Yeah, man.
And so, really, I thank you.
Of course,
Well, thank
dude.
you, yeah.
We're happy to have you on, man. We like to try and get a new and different and unique person with their own kind of different perspective each week. We were talking about all kinds of shit earlier. A major thing was nostalgia. And like,
Okay.
so like all the kind of major things that go along with nostalgia, right? Like you could literally be nostalgic about a time when you were really angry at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
Or you could be nostalgic about something that you're really, really happy about. Here's a random question. I'm just gonna pull this out of the sky. Do you have anything that you're nostalgic about that maybe was a great moment of anger for you at the time?
Well, I wouldn't say anger. Maybe embarrassment, right?
Okay, that aligns as well.
But
We'll take it.
I was thinking about nostalgia, and my brain was kind of working through that and everything, and I was thinking, you know, how like smells will kind of like trigger feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right.
And I remember I used to play baseball like when I was a little kid, and you know, every once in a while, you would dribble. You know, you'd have a little dribble of a pee-pee down into your sliding pants.
okay,
Natural.
So
natural.
natural. And, you know, being a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, you know, that's something that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
When you get home, you know, you fling them into the hamper, but being a 7 or 8-year-old, you don't go immediately wash them.
Yeah,
So something that, you know, is kind of nostalgic to me might be the smell of some rotting kind of very ripe underwear.
Okay.
like you drank a bunch of apple juice that day, and they got a bunch of
Capri
apple
Sun.
juice PP shorts, you know.
I'm not
Sun.
talking a lot. I'm talking a dribble here or there.
A dribble here and there. Yeah, yeah.
Just enough.
Right. And I think even, you know, men our age, you know, you'd be lying if you say you didn't dribble once in a while.
Well, who doesn't? I mean, you got to live, right?
Yeah.
A man has to live.
I had a dribble this morning.
Yep.
I'm having a dribble right now just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think I dribbled a little bit just now because you just said that.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Contact
Yeah, exactly.
dribble, yeah.
Shit.
Nothing to be ashamed of. That's what we're trying
No,
to do on this
and, you know,
podcast.
And to bring it back to the reminiscing thing, that's kind of the theme of my life.
Yeah,
A little dribble here and there.
a little dribble here and there.
That's how Michael Jordan
Never
got
heard
started
anyone.
too. So
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
a lot of the
Anyway.
greats. Yeah.
that's how Michael Jordan started out. That's actually funny you say that.
Yeah,
I just watched Space Jam the other night. Have you guys watched Space Jam recently, either of you?
I haven't seen that one in a while.
yeah, it's been like 20 years, man.
20 years. Wow. Yeah, man. There was a lot of that movie I didn't really remember. Yeah, I forgot how violent kids' cartoons were. You know?
Were they?
Like when like go watch Space Jam. Like seriously, just watch Space Jam. There's like a lot of hitting and like smacking around. I mean, it's a Looney Tunes thing, so of course it's like pretty slapstick. But then there's also like the main like alien character. He's always smoking a cigar. He's like puffing all kinds of smoke, big clouds and shit.
Thick clouds.
You don't have that in kids' cartoons anymore.
I think smoking got
Well, you know,
outlawed,
everything
yeah.
is just.
Yeah, like you don't see
Right.
fucking Lightning McQueen smoking a cigar on the racetrack. Like, what's going on there?
That would
like,
be cool, though, huh?
That would be hella cool, actually.
You know, I think you might see some even darker shit like in animes, but
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about anime. And in fact, let's not. But
Wait, so
yeah, you know what I mean.
wait, dude, you actually just made me want to talk about anime.
Oh fuck! All right, we can do that.
Well, so I know your brother's into anime. So, Aaron, why
Yeah.
is Daniel such an asshole? What's going on with him? Like,
Yeah,
what's
we didn't
the
want to
problem?
bring it up with him, but
We didn't want to bring it up, but like, what's going on?
Why is he so abrasive?
Why is he such a dick?
Well, I mean, you gotta put it into terms because it's all relative, right?
Yeah.
It is, you know. So, kind of elaborate.
Is he an asshole because he watches anime, or is that just
pre-existing?
is that just
I think that might really be it.
yeah?
That might be really what does it. there.
Really what does it? Okay. So do you watch as much anime as Daniel does?
Nah.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Nah.
So that's why you're not such an asshole.
I mean, it checks out.
Yeah, I mean, it checks out anyway.
I'm sorry, I missed that. My headphones kind of took a shit for a second. So
Your headphones took a shit.
yeah, but we're good now.
What's that look like?
What kind of poop?
What kind of
It
poop?
went like
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds kind of fun.
So, okay. So, Aaron, we're gonna change subjects here so the conversation doesn't like suck. But
right.
what? Okay. So, what's going on with your project? The jury. What's going on with your musical project? What are you guys working on right now?
Well, I'm just writing, bro. I'm just doing that, writing, and that's really about it. I'm playing a lot of like solo gigs.
We're kind of losing you, Aaron.
I think we lost power again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The headphones have officially died.
Oh, okay.
First they
Okay,
poop.
gotcha.
I heard that people
the
poop when they
jury's-
die too.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do, right?
yeah.
Kind of weird. All right.
I'm looking forward to that. Honestly.
Just letting it all go. A little dribble in there too.
Yeah, I mean that's the theme. That's the theme. But
But
what were we talking about?
we're talking about the jury. What's going on with the jury?
Oh, well, these uncertain times.
Yeah.
I'm
Unprecedented.
just like, it's really unprecedented, uncertain times. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
But are you going back to New York anytime soon, or what are you doing? Are you gonna go over there and hook up the jury again, or what's going on?
I'm pretty much like big chilling, honestly, until like pandemic's done and whatever. Because like,
Yeah.
there's no point, dude. Like, there's no point to be in a fucking hard city to live in if you can't even like have like the fruits of the labors of doing that,
Yeah, exactly.
So you're low key chilling.
Yeah, I'm just big chilling on the farm, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, like, do you feel any kind of a liberation from that? Do you feel free from like having to do shows all the time?
I'm still doing some gigs alone, so it doesn't feel like totally like off the hook.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm honestly no, it's actually not cool at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, because my life is like has been designed around doing that,
Right.
Yeah, man, that's got to be like a major shock for you.
And now I'm just sitting around dribbling my pants, just playing a lot of chess.
Oh, cool.
You're playing a lot of chess. So you play chess online then?
Oh yeah.
Lamar's doing a lot of that these days.
I've been playing some games.
Yeah.
Hey, we should link up, play some games, dude.
Yeah, are you on Chess Time or you have an app or what?
Chess.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get on there.
Yeah, you got to get on there. But I want to say, guys, I've been listening to all your podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff. First of all.
Nice.
Second of all,
thank
I'd like to hear like an intro song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So like it comes in like hey guys, welcome back to the blah 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 meet honks whatever.
Yeah.
Les meet honk.
I think that'd be great. I think that would just be really good. And then every time you guys take a break in the podcast, you could like play the song.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did fill out one that had like some intro music and shit, but
Yeah, we're going to throw some stuff in there.
before we release these, we're going to have some like intro and outro.
We're going to have our tech people look at it and run it through the legal team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely get it through the legal team. But
yeah,
are you guys going to be doing like jump cuts too? Like what we're talking about right now is not necessarily very fun to listen to. Like, are you going to like edit that shit down?
Yeah, we're probably going to trim some shit down before we actually release the episodes.
We'll probably do like we might have like a featured section where we do like on Instagram or something like that, where it's like snippets.
Yeah.
But I think we'll probably, for the most part, keep it long form, except we'll probably censor any kind of racist talk that, like usually when Daniel, like we'll have to do a lot of work with Daniel's interview, because just censor a lot of that
Yeah,
out.
there's going to be a lot of doctoring.
He's a massive racist, you know.
Yeah. We'll probably do a text-to-speech converter and just kind of like have it mimic his voice. And we'll have it say how awesome we are all the time.
Get like an AI to like deep fake his voice for certain parts.
Yeah.
Well, here, Aaron, back to subject a little bit. What are your plans after the pandemic? What's going down? What are you doing?
Well, you know, I'm gonna get vaxxed up because
right on.
I just want it. Like,
yeah, me too.
Even, you know, mind control, all that shit. Like, I'm on board.
Sounds
like
awesome.
blue pill me.
Yeah.
And all that. So I get vaxxed up, and I've been big time thinking about getting a Sprinter converter van or converted Sprinter van.
Nice.
Sprinter.
And just hitting the highway, man. Like,
yeah,
like going on like month-long legs of like tours.
Yeah.
So that's kind of in the cards once this thing is like, you know, the fire's out or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Sounds dope.
Well, who would you be doing those tours with? Are you just doing them solo, or what's up?
I'm gonna set them up, and then it's pretty much like come one, come all. Whoever wants to hop on a leg of it, or like whoever's totally down, like let's go. You know?
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds like kind of a good productive way to build a band around. You know. And
I mean, I've really learned now how to just like carry, you know, 3 hours of a show like with just a guitar, like an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
So I'll just fall back on that whenever I have to, and then whatever else happens. And I'm big on like seeing the big cities, but more so I want to go to these like outskirts and like weird little like towns that people wouldn't necessarily go play shows at, and then like document all that, you know, and expose America and just like get some shit handing in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, that's something I love about small towns in America is like, if you spend a little bit of time there, you meet some of the most unique, interesting people you've ever met in your entire life. Because I feel like when you go out into the woods like that, like the people that moved out there, they moved there because they wanted to be away from people. They moved there because they're not like everybody else. So when you go and play shows in that kind of area, like somebody's going to get excited that a band's in town. You're going to make a lot of interesting relationships out of something like that for sure. I mean, is that kind of...
I mean, and it's just experience, man. Like, I'm trying to see this land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. See it for what it is, not just the big cities that are within it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, like, say what you will about, like, any part of America. Like, every part of America has got, like, a cliche, or, you know, like, people will say, like, oh, the South is racist. Everybody's racist there. Yeah. And it's like, I just want to, like, I want to go, like, see places with my own eyes and then, like, make the call on, like, how I feel about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I've been to the South. Lamar spent some of his life growing up in the South. They're like some of the coolest and most wonderful people I've ever met in my entire life were from the South. So that generalization, I feel that though. That generalization it sucks. That's not not the way that it is.
It's always the loudest and like the ones with the biggest mouths, who are usually like radical, like assholes, make the most noise and then like make everyone look bad. You know, like pretty much in anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how like you think of rural communities as being kind of nuanced and cut off. They're kind of isolated in some ways. Like those small towns don't really get a lot of touring acts coming through at all. So you'll have that like benefit, but also like I would imagine like the pandemic has kind of changed the way that their exposure to things has even shrunk even further, since they're in the middle of nowhere and they're also, not able to go out as much.
Yeah.
So once that opens up, it'll be really interesting to see. Yeah, those people come out and they'll probably be really eager to hear some new sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think about this? Like, I feel like when this pandemic is over, there's going to be like a severe uptick in like parties and shows and like happenings. Because it's like, it's just like, we're like holding out for so long. We're like, we're going to blow a huge load when like we finally can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no, exactly, man. Like, honestly, I feel like as soon as people are able to safely go out in public and not wear a mask and we can just party and hug each other and not even worry about it, it's going to be fucking complete bonkers, man. It is like, it's not going to be cool. Like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go to the first few parties that happen because I don't want to die. Like, and I'm not talking about like COVID, like die slowly in a hospital room over time. I mean, die at a party because everybody's been so depraved of partying for so long.
Get swept up into an orgy and get trampled to death somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the one guy that died at the orgy. Like, who was that guy? Oh, I don't think we caught his name, but yeah, he was fun for a while and then he just stopped breathing. I don't know.
Exactly. So I'm just telling you, Aaron, as your friend, like I've known you for so long, I almost feel like you and Daniel are my brothers at this point. Don't go to the first few parties that happened because people are going to die and I don't want them to be you guys.
This might be my chance to reproduce though, dude.
That's true. It might not even be, it'll just happen. It's not going to be dribbling anymore. It'll be full on, a full stream going.
I can tell you,
dude.
I can tell you from experience, Aaron, it's not that hard to reproduce. It's something that just happens.
Not all of us have huge gams and striking looks like you, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
Well, you know what?
Some of us are cave dwellers, okay? We're not all charismatic, beautiful men.
You can shred a guitar and you're telling me you can't reproduce? Come on, man. Come on.
No, actually, I've had to do the Plan B thing like a few times, and
yeah.
I don't know, definitely did not want to reproduce like most of the time. Actually, like every time.
But right now you're just. But tomorrow morning it might be different.
No, tomorrow morning it's like, let's have triplets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So let's go in the.
So as the days go on, I want that many. I want to have like a litter. Like if I get somebody pregnant and they have one kid, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah.
It needs to be like, they need to have like at least triplets, like from that one go.
Oh, okay.
I think your best bet's just to get involved with as many women as possible.
Yeah.
Try to get all of them pregnant. And then,
because if you get
as long as all of them are having at least twins,
right.
Then we're good. But if it's kind of one of those, like a one-off thing, I know my chances are like 1% of that happening, but if you don't believe, it's not going to happen, man.
Well, if you get 3 women pregnant at the same time, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But if all 3 of them have triplets...
Do you think you would regret it if you ended up with like 15 kids, like all at once?
Well, that's kind of what we're looking at right now.
That's what we're shooting for?
Yeah.
That's what I'm manifesting.
I commend you for your mindset, man. I'm a oneer and doneer. I'm like, I got 1 kid. I'm good. There we go.
Hey, man.
Put one into the world. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I can sit back here and talk all I want about, my talk, but you did it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, so.
How would you feel if you had like three to five kids? If you didn't have just the one, Joe?
How would I feel if I had 3 to 5?
Yeah. Do you think you would?
I'd honestly feel blessed and wonderful.
You think you'd deal with it?
I'd deal with it. Yeah, of course I would.
Yeah.
Even if
What about you?
Even if Sarah ended
What
up
about
pregnant
Lamar,
again,
though?
I'd probably be exposed. Yeah. What about you, Lamar? What if you had suddenly had 5 kids?
I was talking with Joe earlier on the podcast about learning through observing other people, and I've had the luxury of watching my brother and sister both have their respective kids, and my brother's got 5 kids that are under 5 years old. Started with twins, and my sister has 2 that are like 2 years apart. And I would say from observing that, I think I'm good. I think I could continue to observe that and be happy with that.
But what if you had kids though? Like what?
Yeah.
Do you think you would manage well? Or?
I'm sure I would. I would do what I had to do in the situation, but it would definitely change my life in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In ways that I wouldn't necessarily choose to change. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I think I have like the puppy thing going on right now. Like, like the minute I actually, like if I adopted a puppy, I'd immediately be like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
What have I done?
But yeah, so I'm all talk, guys. That's what I said. I'm coming on the podcast to talk shop with the boys.
It's a talk show.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's exactly what we call our friends for. It's just just to shoot the shit with us. Like that's why it's really kind of nice to not really preemptively plan these and just like tell somebody last minute, "Hey, you want to talk to us for like an hour on the podcast?" or something like that.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting to like seems like there are people that know right away, even when they're young, that they want to have kids. And I've always found that interesting because I've never felt that way, I guess. But my brother and my sister, my brother always wanted to have like a bunch of kids, and he got what he wanted, which is like he's a success, I guess, in that sense. It's like he had a bunch of kids. But yeah, I don't know. Is that something that you've thought about for a long time? That you or pictured yourself with kids as an adult?
No. Honestly, like I never even wanted that shit. And then COVID hit, and and then I was like, all right, it's time to have about 7 now.
Yeah. Well, if you get that Sprinter van, you could make a lot of stops.
Well,
along the way, and
one in every state, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's because like when COVID hit, like you suddenly thought, well, damn, it'd actually be pretty dope to have a whole huge family right now, right?
Yeah, I was. Who was the guy who wrote Slaughterhouse-5?
Kurt Vonnegut.
Vonnegut. Yeah, I read like something. I think something I read from him really like switched the dial on me because I was like totally not in the mood or whatever. Just not in the mood to have kids. No, I didn't want it. But he said something to the effect of like, people get divorced a lot nowadays because in the past, when you got married, you were getting married because you were marrying a family is what it was.
Yeah.
So the wife would have a huge extended family to do whatever women do, together.
Yeah.
And then like all the men can like talk shop with the boys, right?
Yeah.
With their extended family.
Yeah.
And marriage kind of became this fragmented thing where people like got married and there's like too much pressure on each partner to like be there for each other when it used to be like families marry families and then they all like have, just huge families or whatever.
No, and
but I was like, dude, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry, what were you going to say, man?
I was going to say, like, long story short, I was like, dude, the idea of having like a huge extended family with like an Italian chick or some shit.
Okay.
And like I could just like go to barbecues and be like, hey, Vinny,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
At least in theory.
Totally, man.
In theory. Yeah.
I feel that for sure. Like, I mean, I myself have like felt like so blessed to have Ezra and have Sarah around like this whole pandemic, you know. There's so many random little moments that I've gone through that I'm like I always think like, shit, I could have been going through this alone. Like, this is really hard right now. Like, I could have been going through this alone, but I have these two people in my life. So, yeah, no, I feel that. And you've got some pretty good mental fortitude for actually thinking that as a single man, because I never once thought that as a single man.
Yeah.
I was always like, I live in an apartment by myself, and this shit is dope. Who gives a fuck?
Get my 4 locos.
Like, you put me in your same position, Aaron, I'm going to be like, fuck yeah, man. I'm screaming. I'm singing all night. I'm going for a bike ride in the morning. I'm probably not going to be back until the afternoon. I don't give a shit about shit. I would be loving it. But then those like...
But
yeah.
You know what's funny, though, is you didn't start really riding a bike, like, incessantly until you were a father.
Yeah, exactly. It's true, man. It's very true. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, though, like, just for the record, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. I love it. Like, you gotta rep what you have, man. Like, cause like pretty much everything you have in life it's a fucking blessing, man. Like,
fact.
Yeah. I mean, we're look at us, man. We're 3 white males sitting here in America talking about our lives. That's pretty fucking rad. Like, out of all of the things that you could become on this earth, like that, we're in a pretty privileged position. We should probably be pretty happy about it. I'm just saying.
All I'm saying though is don't jinx it, because not recently, like last year, I was like driving for this weed company or whatever, but one of the coworkers was like, you know, man, right now we're like in the best place on earth at the best time ever. And you know what happened a month later? Fucking COVID hit.
Yeah.
So don't jinx it, bro.
Well, how much worse can it get, Aaron? Like, where else are we going?
I don't fucking know. What if alternate current stops working because of like some gravitational like thing? All right.
That'd make it hard for a podcast to work. Yeah.
So we couldn't have like power anymore.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I think you just jinxed the universe by saying that. Well, not the universe, the Earth. Let's be fair. That's because we're the only people who use that power. But
well,
except for the aliens.
But shit, you actually made me think about a lot there. That's actually a very good point.
If we lose power, we're gonna have to rethink the podcast.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do like go old school and get like up on a hill or something.
Yeah, and just shout really loud.
Get megaphones. Just be burping into megaphones like on like Mount Tabor or something out here in Portland.
But Joe Rogan's going to have all of the speakers, man. That's where Joe Rogan turns into a tyrant. He just owns all the speakers of the universe. The only podcast is my podcast.
It would be like a war, like, for all the batteries.
Wait, what about hand cranked? There's hand cranked radios. Can we hand crank the podcast? If we just
you can hand crank the podcast.
We just crank it while we're doing it.
Welcome to the hand crank podcast.
Or get some like kids in here to do it. Like, just they crank them and we just fucking. Let's face it, we're gonna be.
They crank them, we wank them.
Our podcast is 100% cranked.
Yeah.
Our podcast is 100% cranked.
Cranked in America.
Hand cranked in America.
Hand cranked in America. I love that.
Shit.
I love that. That's great.
We'll have Russians do the cranking. Hand cranked in America by Russians.
Yeah. Or Chinese, or we could have it hand cranked overseas.
Hand cranked overseas.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
that infrastructure's already there.
Yeah.
Exploit the wage gap there, you know, and really crank it.
That would be the white thing to do. We should probably continue that path.
Lamar, Do you mind talking to Aaron for a second while I go pee?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, lit.
Did you hear that sound clip, Aaron?
I did, yeah.
That's a stock one that came with it.
Okay, I'm going to go pee. We're going to fix this in post. Talk to Aaron, Lamar.
We'll fix it if it's not super spicy. So what's going on?
So,
What do you?
well, you know.
Were you on a trip? Joe was saying you might be going to somewhere in Nevada, or?
Yeah. I was out in Reno yesterday or something. I drove back yesterday, I believe.
Oh, okay. Is that a far drive from you?
That's about 4 hours.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, not too bad.
Just enough
But
time.
on the way,
yeah,
I listened to your guys' podcast.
Oh, okay. How does it work in the car? Because we haven't done any like post editing yet. We need to get like levels and stuff or EQ or whatever.
Yeah, you needed to be louder
Okay.
because Joe was kind of like blowing the mic, you know,
Yeah.
not like blowing on it, but like he had like his mouth like really close and he was all louder.
Yeah, he's very domineering.
So I would have liked to hear more Lamar, not only volume wise, but like
Just more.
vocal wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of getting settled in the groove. I think the last two or the podcast before this one, we didn't have our ambient light set up, which really puts a damper on my eccentric personality. There's like a fluorescent light up here, and it's just kind of like drilling into my eye holes. So now we got an ambient light, which is I'm kind of like a cat kind of personality. I kind of need things to be cozy, and then I'll come up and do my purring or whatever.
That's when you bloom.
That's when I bloom.
Yeah.
So we're working on that still.
You need the right environmental circumstances, and then you bloom.
My genius manifests at that point.
Yeah.
We'd say it blossoms.
Lamar's genius just hatches out of like an LED light fixture.
Yeah.
Man, it is so
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
down.
It is so crazy going outside and go and pee, and then I come back in and I put on the headphones. It's like popping into a different universe.
Yeah, we're in a little world here.
Yeah.
Are you guys like? I know this is probably the most fucking boring thing we could actually talk about, but like, I saw like y'all are like gonna get some snow.
Yeah, we were actually gonna talk to you about some weather stuff.
We were actually initially intending on purely just talking to you about the weather and nothing
as long
else
as possible
the entire time.
Because
I feel like that makes the best podcast.
nobody's talking about the weather right now, and I feel like we owe it to
That's what
America.
people-
Yep.
That's what people want to hear. They want to hear about. They want to hear about the weather. They want to hear about
Yeah,
like your like other people's dreams.
exactly. It's water cooler talk.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got some record-breaking temperatures coming to Portland in the next couple days. I think the coldest temperatures since 2014. That's what they said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to get below freezing this weekend in Portland, which is rare for this area. What about down there? What about Petaluma?
Dude, Petaluma is just fucking. It's fire, dude. It's like 60 degrees all the time.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
What
yeah,
about
it's pretty nice, dude.
what about precipitation? You guys have any humidity or rainfall?
Yeah, when you guys were here, it was like dry and like hell on earth, pretty much. But
smoked out.
no, we're getting good rain, and I mean everything is green again. Like we didn't water the lawn really at all, and like our whole lawn is back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
It was all like dry and crunched up when we were out there. But hey, I want to shift the focus here, Aaron. I want to talk about 2021 real quick, okay?
Yeah.
So, 2021. My first question for you is: do you think the pandemic will come to some sort of resolve?
Yes, if you crunch the numbers at the rate we're going right now,
Yeah.
enough people will be vaccinated by October to have reached herd immunity, and therefore I think everything will pretty much open up.
Yeah.
Probably in fall is what I'm feeling.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping for is the best. Okay, so let's say that happens. At the moment that turns over, what's your goal? What are you doing the first thing?
Well, like I said, I'm going to reproduce.
First and
No,
foremost.
5
Real
to
talk,
7 kids, first time.
if it's fall and everything is like reopened,
Yeah.
I'll probably do like a little mini tour to kind of dip my toes in. And
Fuck
I don't
yeah.
really want to be out on the road too much during winter time.
Semi-regional tour.
But
Semi-reg.
semi-reg, keep it to like California, Oregon, maybe dip on over to like Arizona, New Mexico, maybe even like stick the tip into Texas a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of what's in the cards for 2021. I mean,
some good
you
looking
can't really
states
do
right
too
there.
much. Yeah.
That's pretty.
But
That's pretty good.
there.
I like your prediction about the fall. That would be.
Yeah.
I've kind of learned to be a little bit of a pessimist throughout all of this.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking more like next summer, 2022. But maybe that'll be like when things are like full on again. Maybe it'll be kind of a slow open. But it would be cool to get out and see some live bands again. That's something.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I miss, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good to be conservative, like not get your hopes up. But I mean, really, like shit can open. Like not everyone needs to get vaccinated. Like shit can open as long as hospitals don't have even a chance of getting like bogged down. Then like shit can open back up.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
And one thing that's really weird, like just a little offshoot, I'll keep it quick, is like the flu didn't exist before 1918, like the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
Like seasonal flu, like we grew up with it our whole lives and our parents did. So you just think that's like, oh, the flu, but like that started from the Spanish flu. So what I'm predicting is every year there's going to be seasonal corona.
Yeah.
So not COVID-19, but it's like, oh, like corona season.
Yeah. Well, no,
it's
and
just another thing now.
That aligns with what every esteemed scientist is saying now. It's like we're not learning how to get rid of corona. We're learning how to live with it. Just like we figured out how to live with the flu,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I'll probably
get
get canceled for saying that. So,
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, well, for the record, I'm gonna get vaxxed like a good boy.
Yeah, I want to get vaxxed
probably like
too.
The next years after that, I probably won't get vaxxed because I'm like, all right, I got vaxxed to stop the pandemic, save the world.
Right.
After that, like I don't get flu shots and all that shit. So
no, I'm like last in line to get that vaccination. I work from home and I only have contact with Sarah and Ezra pretty much. So I'm like last in line. So I'm not counting on getting that anytime soon.
Well,
I know.
yeah, I mean, there's no need really.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
you got
Aaron,
the GAMS to show for it. So.
Yeah,
got
seriously. These gams are holding this whole podcast up.
crushing coronavirus with my gams.
Mad gains.
Yeah. Well, shit, Aaron. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just leave you with this. Fortune favors the bold, so take that into your daily practice.
Yeah.
And also, I would recommend getting a bidet if you do not have one, and I would also recommend using a nasal wash, like a Navage.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
A Navage.
Lamar
has a bidet. I actually got Lamar a bidet as his housewarming gift, but I personally do not have a bidet.
Yeah, it's pretty wonderful.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I just need to buy myself a bidet, don't I?
And a Navage.
Yeah.
And a Navage.
This show is actually
Or a
sponsored
neti
by
pot.
Navage. So
This show is sponsored by Cleaning Your Holes. All of the holes that you have in your body.
The dribbling,
clean them out.
the nose.
Yeah, I mean your mucous membranes. That's You got to take care of those pups.
Yeah.
Right. Those puppies.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I can tell you guys have been podcasting for 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. We pretty much came to the end of the road tonight. So.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on, and
yeah,
love you guys.
Thanks
And
for coming
anytime you want me to talk shop, I'm here.
We love you too, buddy,
Love
and
you
we
too,
are
yeah.
definitely going to have you on the show again.
Yeah, definitely.
Lit, and send me this shit. What
Yeah.
you doing?
Oh,
No,
fuck.
we'll send it to you, bro. We'll send it to you unedited, man.
For
we'll
real?
send you the whole thing.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
Yurt.
Yurt.
You're all right. All right. We'll see you guys.
All right, later, man.
Yurt.
Have a good night.
Peace. You too.
All right, I'm calling this Yurt.
Yurt.